Good evening. It's Sunday evening. It's around 10 o'clock, or it's 11 minutes past 10, actually. And just a quick note from Mirador Television that we'll be on the air tomorrow morning at 7:30, and a little wrap-up of what's going on in the day, with a little bit of humour. Lots of ers and ums, which I take a great deal of stick. What the heck? We're not trying to pretend to be the BBC. And a few people popping in along the way, as much as they can with COVID. But, COVID. I got my fingers wrapped by the doctor the other day. COVID, not COVID. Well, there you are. Yeah, so many people take themselves very seriously. Anyway, not a bad weekend from the weather point of view. And not a lot to do because we're still locked down. But in the news headlines, that lockup, or as I call it, locked up, as opposed to locked down, is the big debate now in Westminster is how fast can they bring it forward? They're beginning to realise that we're all getting fed up of being stuck away behind closed doors, looking into corners, talking to each other, getting irritable, and saying silly things. So they are trying to do something in Westminster. Hopefully, the local council will get their finger out and do a couple of things about issues that Stephen Catlin has come up with, and we'll outline those tomorrow morning as well. It's 7:30 on Mirador Television Lewis on the Facebook page, and Mirador Television on YouTube. And you can get it on one or two other little bits and pieces too. But I suppose it's all conflict, and conflict makes good stories. So several of the headlines tonight is that Scotland has been told, and Nicola Sturgeon has been told in no uncertain terms, if she opts to go out of the United Kingdom, out of the Union, Scotland is going to be a much poorer place. And to be quite honest with you, it appears that the EU, Brussels, isn't that interested either. They've said that Scotland is an irrelevance, and it is. It's so tiny. So Nicola has to look around. But already they've started to come to the defence and say that the figures presented by London School of Economics, I think it was, but anyway, a think tank, are wrong. So as politicians are always getting the figures right and everybody else getting them wrong. So dear old Nicola is right in the middle of a big row up there. The princes, William and Harry, have fallen out reportedly because of the Oprah show and the fact that Harry and Meghan have gone public and more or less said, look, the Queen shouldn't object to some of the things they're saying because they are the modern face of royalty, and she should pay much attention to them. And Wills is horrified that he can speak to his grandmother that way. Anyway, that's a little internal spat, but of course anything that happens in the palace spills over to us. And the weather. Yes, we always have to worry about the weather. It's going to be about 3 degrees cooler than it was today, bringing it back to about 9, which is still relatively balmy. I suppose at the least it'll be is 6. But when I set out at 6:30 in the morning, I always get a twinge on the nose to let me know what's going on. And I'm just looking up to see what's on television, actually. I'm only just casually in my lounge, in my sitting room, just asking you to join me tomorrow morning with Keith Hayes with Break an Egg at 7:30. And we'll have a little chats for you here and there. You don't have to stay for the whole hour. In fact, not many of you do, but there are a substantial number of you that dip in from time to time. And of course, we are recorded as we go through the day. So there you are, tomorrow morning, Break an Egg. And perhaps we've got a little something that says Break an Egg. We should have, yeah. Is there a Break an Egg here? Because I can't actually see it. This light, that's the trouble. I have to remember that on a Sunday evening when I pop in to say hello or not hello or whatever. I think this may be Break an Egg, but if not, let's just have a little go and see whether it works. No, it's not going to work anyway. Oh, that's it.
When you've missed the train, don't despair. Have a nice cup of coffee. And perhaps a mince pie. At the runaway on Lewis Station. After that, why worry about the next train? The runaway on Lewis Station. Relaxation beyond compare.
Well, there we are. It wasn't what I thought, but I have, I think, found it. So break an egg is what we actually provide for you tomorrow. And for those people who really like my ers and my ums, and some wag, BBC producer, has put on to BBC a little string of people, famous people saying and and so it is very interesting. Very irritating. But the fact is, of course, is your mind is racing all the time looking for words. And while I like to think that I'm reasonably master of the English language, not that much of a master that I can bring every word, every moment to every second. So you just have to put up with the ers and the ums. Sorry.
By a mix of emotion, got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully, appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this.
Well, I think there's a bit of a breakup there because of the strength of the internet. Is it called the internet? What is it called? The router. The router. I love that word. Router. Router toot toot. Anyway, we shall be with you tomorrow morning for Break an Egg. Just a quick visit tonight to give you a bit of what's going on. Oh, just before we go, there were a couple of things there that may well have we may well have intrigued some people to visit us, but not quite sure how to do it. Well, we got some comments there. Have we got any comments? No, it's a false thing. What a pity. Never mind. Nobody knew we were coming on anyway. It was just a spur of the moment thing, and we will do more spur of the moments now that we can go live. And we hope that you'll join us either when we're popping in and out, or and our regular slots, which start at 7:30 tomorrow morning. There you are. I'm Keith Hayes. This is Mirador Television. And one of the wonderful things that I haven't done at the moment is I haven't discovered how we can actually get rid of ourselves. How do we stop? Because it's quite different when you're doing it on your phone studio. So the studio that we have in the office, which is rather bigger and more splendid, and got one or two more things. So hopefully I'll be able to say good night. And if I faff around for a little bit, then please don't enjoy me. just switch off. You switch off because I can't switch off. Okay. Till tomorrow morning. Keith Hayes. Good night.